Welcome to the True Guy Globe. Brief updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for updates. In a world where military might is often measured by the size of arsenals and the sophistication of technology, a quiet admission from Japanese Colonel Kenji Tanaka sent shockwaves through the global defense community. His words, spoken softly yet with conviction, carried a weight that rippled far beyond the walls of the conference room. After closely observing joint military exercises in the Philippines, Colonel Tanaka made a statement that surprised many. "No soldier trains like a Filipino." It was a simple sentence, but it carried profound meaning, challenging long-held assumptions about what truly makes a formidable soldier. For Tanaka, this wasn't about advanced weaponry, cutting-edge tactics, or the latest military strategies. Instead, it was about something deeper, the unbreakable human spirit that he saw in every Filipino soldier. Their determination, grit, and unwavering resolve stood out, even in the harshest conditions. While most experts measure military power by the number of tanks or the size of defense budgets, Tanaka saw a different kind of strength, one forged not in laboratories or factories, but in the everyday struggles and triumphs of life. He witnessed Filipino soldiers adapting to difficult environments, helping local communities, and carrying out their duties with humility and compassion. His words challenged the widespread belief that modern armies are defined solely by their gear and technology. He pointed out that true power lies not in the tools a soldier carries, but in the resilience and adaptability they bring to every mission. What struck Tanaka most was the sense of camaraderie and unity among Filipino soldiers. He saw a dedication and bond that went far beyond mere duty, a connection that felt more like family than colleagues. In moments of hardship, they lifted each other up, sharing laughter, meals, and unwavering support. The true measure of a soldier, Tanaka realized, is found not just in their skills or training, but in their heart and the history they carry. Each Filipino soldier's story is woven with sacrifice, love for country, and a deep sense of purpose that cannot be manufactured. Tanaka's revelation quickly sparked global conversations among military analysts and leaders. It forced many to reconsider what truly constitutes military strength and to look beyond the surface of technology and numbers. It's a powerful reminder that while technology and equipment matter, it is ultimately the person behind them, their courage, resilience, and spirit, who shapes the outcome of every mission. The story of the Filipino soldier is one of identity, resilience, and unwavering purpose. It is a testament to the strength that comes from within, and a legacy that inspires not just a nation, but the world. Today, the world can no longer ignore this story. The Filipino soldier's journey stands as a beacon of hope and a powerful example of what it truly means to serve. When Colonel Tanaka first set foot on Philippine soil, he carried with him a heavy skepticism. He had heard stories about the Filipino army, rumors of lax discipline, outdated tactics, and a lack of modern resources. As he arrived at the bustling army base, he expected to see a clear gap in skill and professionalism compared to his own meticulously trained forces. His first impressions seemed to confirm his doubts. The Filipino soldiers wore faded, patched uniforms and carried equipment that looked like it belonged to another era. During breaks, they laughed and joked with each other, their camaraderie informal and easygoing, so different from the strict, almost ceremonial formality he was used to in the Japanese military. Tanaka couldn't help but assume these were signs of weakness, evidence that these troops would crumble under real pressure. But then came the jungle training. The conditions were punishing: oppressive heat, suffocating humidity, and swarms of relentless insects. The terrain was unforgiving, every step a challenge. Tanaka watched closely, expecting morale to break, equipment to fail, and discipline to falter under the strain. He was certain that the hardships would expose the weaknesses he believed were there. But to his surprise, the Filipino soldiers never cracked. Even as exhaustion set in, they pressed on, their determination shining through every challenge. Instead of falling apart, they instinctively helped each other, sharing food, lending a hand up a muddy slope, and using their deep knowledge of the land to adapt and thrive. Their resourcefulness was remarkable, turning every obstacle into an opportunity to work together. What Tanaka had mistaken for laxity was actually a powerful tool for morale. Their laughter and lightheartedness weren't signs of weakness, but a way to keep spirits high in the face of adversity. Their habit of sharing, whether it was food, water, or encouragement, wasn't due to poor logistics, but a deep sense of brotherhood and unity. Gradually, the colonel's skepticism faded. He found himself in awe of their unity, resilience, and the ingenious ways they overcame every hardship together. As he watched the soldiers endure and support each other, Tanaka realized he was witnessing a different kind of strength, one that couldn't be taught in any manual or drilled into a soldier by force. The spirit of the Filipino soldier was truly unbreakable, forged not by strict rules, but by shared hardship and unwavering loyalty to one another. In the end, Tanaka's assumptions were turned upside down. He left the Philippines with a newfound respect, forever changed by the strength and unity he had witnessed. During a grueling jungle trek, the Filipino soldiers pressed on through the thick, tangled undergrowth, every step a battle against the wild. The air was heavy with humidity, and the sounds of distant wildlife echoed through the trees, reminding them how far they were from comfort. Suddenly, a relentless storm swept in, turning the narrow path into a river of mud. Rain hammered down, soaking their uniforms and making every movement a struggle. Boots sank deep into the muck, and the ground threatened to swallow their resolve. Their gear was far from new, worn boots, patched ponchos, and faded packs. By all accounts, they should have faltered, weighed down by the elements and their battered equipment, but instead they rose to the challenge. They formed human chains to cross treacherous streams, linked arms to pull each other from the mud, and tended to the injured with gentle care, refusing to leave anyone behind. Supplies were scarce, yet they shared every drop of water and every scrap of food, ensuring no one went hungry or thirsty. Their willingness to give, even when they had little, spoke volumes about their character. During brief moments of rest, laughter and songs echoed through the trees. Their humor, stories, and music became a shield against despair, lifting spirits even as exhaustion threatened to overwhelm them. Tanaka, the Japanese observer, watched closely. He realized their endurance was not just physical, it was a deep well of mental and emotional strength, forged by hardship and shared struggle. They encouraged one another, pulling each other up steep slopes and muddy banks, finding light in the darkest moments. Their unity became their greatest asset, pushing them forward when hope seemed distant. No amount of advanced technology or modern equipment could replicate the grit and determination these soldiers displayed. Their strength came from within, not from what they carried. At the end of the trek, they stood together, muddy, exhausted, but smiling. Pride and unity shone in their eyes, a testament to what they had overcome as a team. Their true strength was not in their gear, but in their willingness to endure, to support one another, and to never give up, no matter how dire the situation. The jungle had tested every ounce of their resolve, but their spirit emerged unbroken, stronger than steel, forged in adversity. Tanaka understood then, true power is not measured by weapons or gear, but by the courage and heart within each soldier. The resilience of the Filipino soldier was their greatest weapon, a force that no hardship could defeat. They didn't just survive the jungle, they conquered it together as one unstoppable force. This was the lesson the colonel would carry with him forever, that the greatest victories are won not by gear, but by grit, unity, and the unbreakable spirit of those who refuse to yield. Tanaka wanted to know what fueled this resilience. The answer was simple: family. Soldiers carried photos of loved ones fighting for their safety and future. Their motivation was deeply personal, rooted in love and responsibility. The unit itself was a second family, with older soldiers guiding the young. Faith was another anchor. Quiet prayers and rituals gave them strength and hope. Their culture, valuing family, faith, and bayanihan, was the foundation of their spirit. Helping one another wasn't just tradition, it was their way of life. They faced hardship as a collective, not as individuals. Their identity as Filipinos and as soldiers was inseparable. This cultural DNA was their true armor. Tanaka saw that their greatest weapon was not material but spiritual and communal. The Filipino way was their secret strength. It was a force no enemy could defeat. Weeks of observation changed Colonel Tanaka profoundly. His belief in discipline and technology was now balanced by a new respect for heart and purpose. The Filipino soldiers taught him that true strength is the will to fight for something greater. He saw joy, camaraderie, and humility, qualities missing from his own rigid training. Over simple meals, he listened to stories of sacrifice and duty, not glory. Tanaka felt humbled, realizing he was now the student. By the end, he saw resourcefulness instead of old gear, brotherhood instead of informality. He came to teach but left transformed. The Filipino soldier's humility, heart, and humor gave him the most valuable lesson of his career. True military education, he learned, comes from the spirit of those who serve. He would never see soldiers the same way again. Tanaka's experience is echoed by soldiers worldwide. Allies who train with Filipinos leave with deep respect for their grit and adaptability. Filipino troops excel in tough environments, inspiring others with their positivity and teamwork. Their influence goes beyond tactics. They teach the value of camaraderie and resilience. In peacekeeping missions, Filipinos connect with locals through empathy and community. They're seen as protectors, not just soldiers, building trust where others can't. Their approach to peacekeeping is a powerful form of diplomacy. The Filipino example is shifting global military perspectives. It proves that the human factor is the most critical asset in any operation. While nations invest in technology, the Filipino spirit reminds us that people matter most. Their example encourages leaders to invest in resilience and brotherhood. The Filipino soldier is teaching the world a vital lesson in modern warfare. True strength is found in the heart. Despite their courage, Filipino soldiers are defined by humility. They don't seek fame or recognition. Service is a solemn duty, not a path to glory. They praise their comrades, not themselves, and face danger without expectation of reward. Their sacrifices are made in silence, far from the spotlight. They innovate and improvise, making the most of limited resources. Their pride comes from doing more with less, proving it's the soldier, not the gear, that matters. They are the quiet guardians, unsung heroes who keep their nation safe. Their stories may not make headlines, but their legacy is written in the peace they protect. This humble dedication is the bedrock of their strength. It's what makes their spirit so powerful and worthy of respect. The sacrifices of Filipino soldiers go far beyond the battlefield. They miss milestones, endure separation, and carry emotional burdens unseen by the public. Service is a family sacrifice. Financial strain and emotional hardship are daily realities. Many send most of their pay home, supporting extended families with pride. Mental and emotional tolls are immense, with limited support available. They rely on camaraderie and faith to cope with invisible wounds. Returning home brings new challenges, reconnecting with family and adjusting to civilian life. Their commitment is lifelong, a testament to extraordinary dedication. These sacrifices deserve our full support and understanding. The true cost of service is paid in silence every single day. The Filipino soldier's story teaches a universal lesson. True strength lies in the heart and spirit, not in technology or budgets. Resilience, humility, and brotherhood are strategic assets in any conflict. The human element remains the most decisive factor, even in a high-tech world. We must honor soldiers who serve for love, not glory, and support their families. The Filipino model of Bayanihan offers a blueprint for building compassionate, purposeful warriors. Their stories deserve to be told and celebrated. Recognition means more than medals. It's about real support and understanding. The world is challenged to redefine strength and honor the spirit that shines in adversity. The Filipino soldier stands as a global symbol of resilience and heart. Their example is a timeless testament to the true meaning of service.